Hi there, Victor Pross speaking to you, Anarchist artist. Well, I guess a lot of you know, of course, that I am a caricature artist, or at least I'm a painter who can do caricatures. I do other kinds of art as well, but insofar as caricature is concerned, I do all types of different caricatures that could be of a sociological strain, and of course, as typical to what a lot of people think a caricature does, besides fairground entertainment or whatnot, is to lampoon politicians, and that's a fine tradition in the genre of caricature for sure, and that's something that I do as well. So there you go. And I just thought I would show off a few relatively new sketches and see if there's any entertainment value there to be had. Let's start with this one, The Law. There we go. I don't know how that the quality is coming through there, but let's see if we can shed some further light on the situation. That probably doesn't help the situation at all. But yeah, in this we can see that we have a authoritarian kind of figure holding the gavel, a giant gavel, with arrows pointing down to direct him where the target is, somebody's brain, somebody's thinking brain. And there's a computer screen there. Basically, it says information, and the guy has like a thirst, a lust for information, for facts, other than popular narrative has been spun, which is a fiction of sort, the narrative that we live under, that is produced by the intellectual elite that are bought off by the political elite, and the scratching each other's back. So they create a popular narrative along not only with the intellectuals in the universities, which is entirely left enforcement, known as, of course, mainstream media, but with the advent of the internet, competing information sources have been out there throwing their weight as well. So, we in this drawing of mine, we can see that the law is and does and has and will again come down on the free exchange of ideas if they feel that their powers are being undermined or threatened. So there you go. You have that from the Anarchist artist. Moving over to the next one here, we have what looks like a vastly veined, computerized kind of zeitgeist, social angst character here. Has a Alfred Newman from Mad Magazine kind of feel there as well. I call it collectivized man. It's just like he's entirely programmed. His individual autonomy and independent sovereign intellect has been kind of ousted and doused out by the flames of public schooling and popular media that we touched on in the previous sketch. So it's collectivized man. So there you go. It's very highly detailed. And moving along to the last one, making fun of the whole idea of, the scary thing of being an anarchist. Oh, it means chaos and mayhem and Molotov cocktails being thrown and things like that. But here we have a guy holding a peaceful flower. He looks like a rough character. He's a caricature of the popular notion of what an anarchist would, must be like. We have that reinforced in pop culture, with the Sons of Anarchy, the TV show, and Sid Vicious with UK and the anarchy, or anarchy in the UK, the whole Sex Pistol thing. Excuse me. So the culture reinforces this very scary notion of what anarchism is, but of course, according to to the philosophical history, it does not necessarily mean just do as you fucking please and throw out all the rules and complete jungle law and just that's a caricature. That's a caricature. There's a whole body and depth of thought behind the idea of stateless societies and the philosophical inquiry of whether whether governments or states even have the moral justification to exist, as they do, but whether it violates a fundamental ethical principle to which governments are said to uphold, whether they're the worst grotesque violators of those codes, of stability and nonviolence and peaceful cooperation. They're said to be the protectors of that, but it turns out that history has shown that they turn out to be, as a matter of fact, the worst violators of that. So basically, you know, that's what I had in mind, you know, behind all of this caricature here, is that just to a humorous juxtaposition of what looks like it could be a violent, pretty dude there, but he's holding a flower. And I think that that's very nice. So there you go. Just some sketches. Helps keep the creative juices going for paintings. When I sketch, it's just basic pencil sketching. So I do thank you for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed the work there. Talk to you again. Pop goes culture.